everyone, welcome to TrioTech Software Training's YouTube channel. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel in order to get more useful information on Oracle Fusion Cloud applications. And also, please reach out to us for the real-time trainings and placements on Oracle Fusion, HCM, supply chain, financials, technical or OIC, Oracle Integration Cloud trainings and placements too. So today we came up with a very interesting concept. Like many of you might be having a kind of concern on understanding about the concept of transfer and global transfer. Like whenever we hire an employee in the system, like all of us by this point of time we know, because in our earlier sessions we have seen how to hire an employee in the system, like different kinds of work relationship. It might be employee, contingent worker, non-worker, pending worker, different types of work relationships, how to hire in the system, we know that. Now, once we hire an employee record in the system, if at all, if we want to do a transfer to the employee, what kind of transfers that we have in the Fusion application? We have basically two types of transfers availability. One is transfer and the other one is global transfer. So in this video, we are going to see what is the difference between transfer and global transfer in the system. Like what happens to the employee record when we perform the transfer to that record, or what happens to the employee work relationship or assignment when we are doing a global transfer to the employee. So let me go to the spreadsheet. Okay. So the difference between transfer and global transfer. We can also call either a just transfer, or you can also call it as local transfer. Somewhere in our responsive screens, you will be seeing the task name as local transfer. You can call it either transfer or local transfer. And the other one is what we have, global transfer. So these are the two types of transfers that we are having in the Fusion application. So what happens in these two cases? Let me take up any example in the system. So you take up any employee. Let's say there is an employee called Mr. Suresh. Okay, Mr. Suresh Narayan is there. Okay, so he is an employee, Mr. Suresh Narayan, who is working in, let's assume our client is Tata Group. Let's say our client company, that is Tata Automobiles Private Limited. So he's working in which legal entity or legal employer in the system team? So Mr. Suresh Narayan is working as a employee, okay, in the legal employer. The legal employer is, let's say, Tata Automobiles Private Limited. Okay, please follow the work relationship and the assignment information team. So Mr. Suresh Narayan is working as an employee in Tata Automobiles Private Limited, legal employer, and the work relationship is having with that legal employer is employee. And within that work relationship, okay, so let's take up in this way. This is the work relationship details. This is the work relationship details of the employee. Okay, so at the work relationship level, we will capture the employee legal employer in which he is working, and the worker type. Okay, and the worker type, that is employee, contingent worker, non-worker, or the pending worker. And then employee hire date information also we will capture. Let's say he joined somewhere on January 1st, 2023. Okay, and then this is about the work relationship details. In this work relationship, this employee working in this respective assignment. Let's say this is the assignment details of the employee. Okay, so I will talk about global transfer later. Here I'm talking about transfer first of all. So this is the work relationship details of this employee, Suresh Narayan. Okay, so what is assignment in this company he is taking up team? In this Tata Automobiles Private Limited, he is working in, let's say, Tata Auto North business unit. There is a business unit called, let's say, Tata Auto North BU. In that business unit, he is working in, let's say, sales department, okay, as sales trainee, okay, with the position of sales trainee and in the job of trainee in the location of, let's say, Hyderabad, okay, in the location of Hyderabad, and we can capture the respective assignment level details team, like she is having respective manager reporting to his probation, notice period, etc. So any employee in the Fusion system, if it is a two-tier employment model, let's say we are on work relationship and assignment we will be having. So Mr. Suresh Narayan is working in Tata Automobiles Private Limited in this particular assignment, in this legal employer as an employee. In this assignment, he is working. So what is a transfer in the system team? Transfer means within the same legal employer. Transfer means within the same legal employer. Within the same legal employer. Okay. If at all an employee has to be moved, then we can call it as transfer. So within the transfer, there will be no change in the work relationship of the employee. No change in the work relationship is nothing but what? No change in the legal employer. No change in the legal employer. In whatever the company Mr. Suresh Narayan is working in Tata Automobiles Private Limited, he will be working for the same organization. So in the concept of transfer and local transfer team, no change in the employee work relationship, nothing but no change in the legal employer. Within this particular company, within this Tata Automobiles Private Limited, within the employee assignment, what he is working in that work relationship, you will be updating these details. Let's say from Tata Auto North BU to Tata Auto South BU. Employee has to be transferred from North business unit to South business unit. At the assignment level, you are changing the business unit details of the employee. You can call it as a transfer. From this business unit to this business unit, employee moving. There is no change in the work relationship. Suresh Narayan is working for Tata Automobiles Private Limited, but within that company or within that legal employer, he is moving from North business unit to South business unit, or from sales department to marketing department. Okay, I'm not changing business unit, let's suppose, from sales department to marketing department, or from one job to another job, or from one location to another location. Let's say from Hyderabad location to Chennai location, or from one department to another department. Anything, you can call it as transfer. Not necessarily only a business unit change. From one department to another department, from one location to another location, from one job to another job. It could be anything. You can call it as a transfer. Means there is no change in the employee work relationship. Within the same legal employer, the employee is moving from one place to another place. Only there will be a change in the employee assignment level. Only assignment level changes will be there in the transfer. Let me highlight it. Okay. Only assignment change will be there. No change in the work relationship, nothing but no change in the legal employer. This is the difference you have to understand, team. What is a transfer? What is a transfer or local transfer? No change in the employee legal employer. Suresh Narayan is working for Tata Automobiles Private Limited, but from one business unit to another within that legal entity, within that work relationship, the assignment level changes are happening. If that is the case, we will call it as just transfer or local transfer in the system. No change in the work relationship will be there. Within the assignment level, the changes will be happened. It could be of anything from one BU to another BU, from one department to another department, one location to another location, anything. This is called as transfer or local transfer. What is meant by global transfer in the system? You take up same example here. The same employee Suresh Narayan, who is working in this work relationship of Tata Automobiles Private Limited, and this is the assignment of the employee. Take up same example in the case of global transfer. Now, organization decided that Mr. Suresh Narayan to be global transfer. Global transfer means across the companies. Across the companies. Okay. Across the companies, if you are transferring the employee, means across the legal employers. Across the legal employer, if you are transferring, that we will call it as global transfer. Means what team? From Tata Automobiles Private Limited to, let's say, I have something like Tata Chemicals Private Limited. Let's assume your client is also having one more legal employer, that is Tata Chemicals Private Limited. Okay, across the legal employer, there is a change in the work relationship. Change in work relationship. There will be change in work relationship. So when there is a change in work relationship, obviously there will be change in the assignment level also, team. Okay. There will be change in the assignment level also. From one legal employer to another legal employer, if you are transferring the employee, this legal employer can be from same country or it can be from another country. This is in India and this is in United States, or both are from India. It could be anything. Across the companies, across the legal employer, from one legal employer to another legal employer, if you are transferring the employee, that is called as global transfer. As the name itself telling, employee globally transferred. Within transfer and local transfer team, let me highlight it in some color. Sorry. Okay. Within transfer or local transfer, there is no change in the employee work relationship. Employee working in same legal employer, but within that work relationship, across the assignment level, employee moved. That is called as transfer. But whereas global transfer, across the legal employer, from one legal employer to another legal employer, if employee is moving, that is called as global transfer. So whenever global transfer happens in the system, the basic feature, the fundamental functionalities that working in the system will be, whenever an employee global transfer to the new company or new legal employer, in the current organization, the employee record will be terminated. Terminated from existing work relationship. Okay. These are the main points that which everyone should consider whenever we are performing the global transfer team. Whenever an employee global transfer, let's suppose in the case of Suresh Narayan, I am doing the global transfer with effective of 1st February 2023. From Tata Automobiles to Tata Chemicals, I am transferring the employee. Okay, with effective of 1st February 2023. So what happens, team? Whenever I initiated the global transfer to the employee to Tata Chemicals on 1st February 23, one day before to this, means as of 31st January 2023, okay, employee in Tata Automobiles will become terminated. Will become terminated. One day before to the transfer that you did to the employee record, in the current legal employer, his record will get terminated. So his assignment also will get impacted. His assignment will be coming as inactive. Basically, when you initiate a global transfer, system will ask, what is the current legal employer status, assignment status? Inactive, no payroll, inactive, payroll eligible. The assignment will become inactive by default. But whether he is eligible for the payroll to get processed for the remaining days or in that particular month, the payment should be done from this organization, right? So you can able to update that assignment status, but the standard behavior will be whenever we perform the global transfer in the system, in the current legal employer, the current work relationship will be terminated to the employee, and in the new legal employer, in the destination legal employer, with a fresh hire date, employee will be starting his employment in this work relationship, and in this whatever the assignment we are tagging, that will be given. So when we're doing a global transfer, system will ask us certain functionalities over there, something like, do you want to copy the existing assignment information to the global transfer assignment also? That we can do. So let me show it practically in the system also. But the concept, very important to understand what is meant by transfer in the system and what is meant by global transfer. And in the case of global transfer, what happens to the current work relationship of the employee. So I hope theoretically everyone understood what is the difference between transfer and global transfer. So let me go to the system. So let me take up any existing employee record in the application. So as a HR, even this transfer and global transfer team, we can able to do that as a HR from the classic user interface screens, from my client group, person management, searching the employee. Then I can do, or else I can go to quick actions and I can pick up the transfer and global transfer options from the responsive tasks also. But let me show it from the classic UI. So my client group, then I'm going to person management, and I will search for an employee. Let's say any existing employee record in the system I will take. Let's say Kumar. Let's take up this employee Sampath Kumar in the system. I'm going to that employee screen of that employee. Right. So here, if you want to perform any transaction as a HR admin to the employee, it might be transfer, global transfer, adding assignment, ending assignment, job change, manager change, grade change, anything. You have to rely upon this edit button. So from when onwards you want to do transfer, currently my employee Sampath Kumar is working in this application. The work relationship you can see, he's working in a legal employer called India Legal Entity 01. In our case, I explained you as Tata Automobiles or else Tata Chemicals, like that. But let's check up the existing entities in the training environment. So currently Sampath Kumar is working in India Legal Entity 01. The legal employer he is working is this one. As an employee, from 2010 January 2nd, he is working in this organization. This is the work relationship of the employee. In that, this is the assignment he is working in the business unit of India Business Unit 01. Assignment status as a sales representative in sales department in Delhi location. He is the manager. Okay, these all assignment team. Now I want to transfer the employee from India Business Unit 01 to another business unit. I want to transfer. How I can do as a HR? Come to the employee screen, edit, update. From when onwards you are planning to transfer the employee, pass that respective date from February 1st onwards. Okay. And then respective action you can choose. What you want to do? I want to transfer the employee. Select the transfer. And the reason, as we know that in the system, we have actions and action reasons concept. For the action transfer, whatever the reasons that we created in the system priorly, they are available. Why we are doing the transfer? Because of some reorganization happening, employees are moving from one area to another. Let's say reason I'm giving. Then click on OK. Click on OK. Right. And then I will try to change the business unit of the employee. So see new date inserted here from February 1st. So let's say I'm doing the business unit change to the employee. Let's say from India Business Unit 01 to, let's say I'm transferring to any other BU is there with yeah. Okay, let's do something. Any existing I will take in the environment. To US1 business unit, I am doing the transfer. Now see team, transfer I am doing with effective of February 1st. Not necessarily only BU change. As I told you, it might be job change or it might be department, location, anything that you can do. Do you notice any change at the work relationship level? No. Sampath is working in the same legal employer. Only thing is what? At the assignment level. From India business unit to US1 business unit, I am transferring. Let me click on review. Let me click on review. And then let me click on submit. Click on yes. Now see the transfer completed to the employee. Now as a HR admin, if I come back and check Mr. Sampath record, let's check it out. Whether employee transferred in the system or not, we will see. And then we will proceed to global transfer. Right, click on OK. Now let me close it. Okay, because just the transaction I made, I want that to be reflected. 5793, the employee person number is, I'm searching with that. Now let me go to the employee. See team, now I came to the employee record. Come to the assignment, I can see February 1st, 2023, employee transferred to US1 business unit. So is there any change at the employee work relationship level? Nothing. Since, till 30th January, he is working in India BU. If you want, you can check. If I go to view history, the previous assignment split I can see. Now this is the latest one. Prior to that, this is the update. The previous split is this one. If I go to this record, if I click on that, I can see currently is working in India business unit 01. Till when? January 31st, 2023. Oh, sorry, here I have taken 30th January, 31st. Okay, right. So now employee got transferred. This we will call it as a transfer or local transfer. Means what team? From one business unit to another business unit, employee transfer. No change in the employee work relationship level. Sampath is working in same legal employer, India legal entity 01 only. Now let's try to perform for the same employee global transfer. With effective of March 1st, organization decided that Mr. Sampath should be globally transferred from India legal entity 01 to, I have one more company in United States. I, in the sense, my client, something called US1 legal entity. Okay. So I want to transfer Mr. Sampath from one legal employer to another legal employer. Across the legal employers, across the company, you can call it as intercompany transfers. How I can do? Edit, same, update, pass the effective date. From when onwards? With effective of March 1st. Okay. Then action you choose global transfer. We have something here called global transfer. Now CT. The moment I choose global transfer, when I choose and transfer, nothing it asked me. Let's say if I go to transfer, nothing is there. Only reason it is asking me. But when I select global transfer here, what it is asking, see now? Something here, a part of action reason, destination legal employer. This is what happens in the case of global transfer. Global transfer, as I told you, there will be a change in the work relationship from one legal employer to another legal employer. See, destination legal employer with effective of March 1st, to which legal employer employee going to transfer. Here I can search. It's I want to transfer this employee to US1 legal entity. There is an existing legal employer in the system, that is US1. I'm using that one. See, there is this is a legal entity or legal employer. Click on OK. Now, when as a HR, I'm doing a global transfer to the employee with effective of March 1st, I'm doing to US1 legal entity. What it is asking, team? Copy primary assignment data. If I keep yes and if I proceed further, whatever the current assignment in which business unit is working, which job, grade, manager, whatever the current assignment employee having, that all data will be copied in my new work relationship that which I'm creating to the employee when I'm transferring the global, when I'm doing the global transfer. I will show you, see, copy primary assignment data, I'm clicking yes. Now I told you one more point. What is that? Whenever you initiating a global transfer, in the current work relationship of the employee, he will be terminated, correct? Now see, as a HR, I am doing the global transfer. When I click on OK, system will ask me, what is the assignment status of the current work relationship or the assignment? See, click on OK. Click on OK. What it is asking, see now? As a HR, when I am doing the global transfer, what is the, by default, the existing assignment status will come as inactive. But in this demo instance, people change it to some other options defaulting. Basically, it will come with this inactive payroll eligible. So this is the current legal employer in which he is working, India legal entity 01. So by default, his current assignment status will come as inactive payroll eligible. If you want to override anything, I want to keep it as inactive, no payroll, then I can update, because I don't want to pay him also for that month. Then I can forcibly update here inactive, no payroll. So whatever you want as a HR while doing the global transfer for the current assignment, what employee having, you can update the status. Now you click on OK. Now you click on OK. Now you can see the hiring screen of the employee. Global transfer means simple thing. In current legal employer, you are terminating the employee, and in the new company, in the new legal employer, you are hiring him freshly. See, from March 1st onwards, this new start date triggered. And then this is the new work relationship employee going to have. See, these details got copied from the previous work relationship person record. Now you click on next. Okay, now you click on next. Okay, same how when we hiring the employee, what are all the screens that we come across? Person information, then employment information, compensation, everything. So in this new company, in this new legal employer, you have to capture all the details. So all this basic information will be carried forward from the previous work relationship and assignment team. Why? Because one second, team. This is probably the issue of NID or phone number. Okay. Let me click on next. This is because of some data level validation issues. Let me do one thing. Let me cancel it and let me quickly perform again. Because in these training environments, we might be facing some data issues. Someone will be changing the setups, which will be related to the person numbers or worker numbers or something. This might of issues will encounter. So click on OK. Okay, and then let me move ahead. If it will allow or not, let's proceed see and check and see. Okay, so now in the employment information team, we have to copy all the details. Basically, when I am doing a global transfer, if I enable that option, like copy primary assignment details to the thing, then obviously all the details would have coming up here, team, from the previous assignment. But there is some issue in this instance. It is not allowing me to proceed. That's why I unchecked that and I came back again. Now it allows. So again, what is the new assignment in this work relationship employee going to have? His manager, and then his compensation. I'm not going to explain all these attributes. Why? Because we know how to hire an employee. At that time, whatever the attributes we discussed, the same things. His salary in the new organization, his roles, what are required, compensation, everything. I'm just completing all these things quickly without giving any data so that I can complete it on time. So let me click on submit. Click on yes. Now I did the global transfer to the employee team. So let's check it out, the employee record in the system. What happens to his current work relationship? I was telling, right? His current work relationship will get terminated in the system. Whether it got terminated or not, let's check it out once this record completed in the system. Okay, the request was submitted. Now let me go to the employee record and let me check it out. I'm coming as a HR to the employee record, right? Then I'm searching with the person number. Now I will search with effective of March 1st. Why? Because I did the future dated updation, the transfer on March 1st. Let me include the terminated work relationships also, so that if at all any terminations are there, it will come. See team, two records I could able to see for employee. Why? Why? This is the first one, the existing one. I know that because I could able to see the job, every information. Now, if I go to this record team, his current work relationship. Actually, Mr. Sampath is from India legal entity, correct? CT. The termination date triggered to the employee. One day before, I told you, right? March 1st, I did the global transfer to US1 legal entity. So, in his current work relationship, he got terminated on 28th February 23 because from March 1st onwards he got the global transfer. Now let me go back. Now let me go back and check out that record with effective of March 1st. As we know, right, this search crawler is date effective, right? So I'm searching with that. Now if I go to this record, I can see the new work relationship that created to the employee. See, in US1 legal entity starting from March 1st. So the assignment number obviously will take the next sequence. The previous one is having E5793. Now it will take /2. It depends upon number of assignments we are adding to the employee. The sequence will share. That we can see in another video. So this is what happens in the case of global transfer. In the new legal employer, he hired as a fresh record. His employment starting with this legal employer from this hire date. See, but there is no change in the employee person number. That is what happens. Only the work relationship will get changed to the employee team in the case of global transfer. So this is the difference between transfer, local transfer, and the global transfer in the system. So I hope by this video, every one of you understood what happens in the system when we do a transfer and when we do a global transfer. Right. So if you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and also please like and share this video. And also we'll be adding more videos on the all the functional as well as technical topics on the Fusion applications covering all the products. So I request you to please subscribe to our channel in order to get everyday new videos on the latest concepts that we are having in Fusion applications team. Thank you everyone for watching this video.